Hello everyone! Just got back from watching a double feature of Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, also known as I Am Groot, or Marvel Studios' version of Firefly, but with aliens and awesome 70s pop music. The movie star Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, the half-human, half-alien leader of a band of outlaws comprised of the lady assassin Gamora, portrayed by Zoe Saldana, the warrior Drax the Destroyer, portrayed by Dave Bautista, a genetically engineered raccoon named Rocket, voiced by Bradley Cooper, and everyone's favorite talking humanoid tree, Groot, voiced by Vin Diesel. Anyway, the first film was pretty much an origin story of how these several different characters came together to form their ragtag team of heroes while trying to save a planet from being destroyed by Ronan the Accuser, portrayed by Lee Pace. In this entry, after saving a sovereign race's valuable batteries from an interdimensional monster, the Guardians collects Gamora's sister Nebula, portrayed by Karen Gillan, and find themselves on the run from a sovereign race after a back and forth between Rocket and Queen Aisha, portrayed by Elizabeth Debicki, and Rocket steals some of the batteries for himself. During an awesome space fight and chase scene, the Guardians are then saved by a man named Ego, portrayed by Kurt Russell, who reveals himself to be Star-Lord's father and expresses wishes to reconnect with his son. Meanwhile, the Sovereign race places a bounty on the Guardians of the Galaxy, and who do they hire but Yondu Udonta, the leader of the team of Ravagers who abducted Star-Lord from Earth in the first film, portrayed by Michael Rooker. So what works for this entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? First off, the villain. Suffice to say, Ronan from the first movie, he was an alright bad guy. He was a typical genocidal madman. I've seen plenty of his kind in other films. How to say this? Alright. Not thrilling, but alright. The villain in this entry, without trying to give too much away from those who haven't seen it yet, the villain in this film is way better. Way more engaging, a little bit more likable, and a lot more diabolical than Ronan from the first movie was. There's a whole mystery involved, so you're probably going to have to wait to find out, because, like I said before, I am not going to spoil it for you. Of course, if you're a comic book reader, then you probably already know. What else works? Baby Groot. Ooh, I just want to put on some 70s pop music and dance and play with that little adorable guy all day. Never been much of a tree hugger, but this movie is definitely making me think of rethinking this position. Also, there's loads more humor and awesome stuff going around. One bit of advice, keep an eye out for the Stan Lee cameo. Believe me folks, it's a very satisfying scene. There's also loads of awesome 80s references that makes nerds like me happy. Here's a giveaway, this is probably the second Marvel film that I've seen that features David Hasselhoff. Yeah, that's right, I've watched the Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV movie. You'd know that if you kept up with my videos. Not too late to press subscribe, folks. What didn't I like about this movie? Honestly, how often Baby Groot gets bullied. Yeah, Groot kind of gets the receiving end to a lot of jerks in this film. I mean, don't get me wrong, his bullies do eventually get their comeuppance, but how could anyone be so mean to that little guy? He's adorable! Although in hindsight, a lot of people probably feel that way in regards to bullying in general. Something else I didn't like? The music. I mean, it's not bad. They are classic 70s songs like they were in the first film. I did enjoy them. I just felt the first film had a much better selection variety than this one did. So, would I recommend this film? Oh yes, definitely. It's an excellent follow-up, a little bit more humor-driven, and a lot more emotion put into it. I'm not saying the first one was bad. It wasn't by any means. I'm saying this is the Terminator 2 of Marvel movies, in that the first one was good, but this one was better. I'm Mike, this has been a Penguins Rock production, and if you're still here after all that, I just want you to know, for what you're about to witness next, I regret nothing.